Hey guys, it's Miko from MO Sound Lab, and today we'll be talking about how the scale length of your electric guitar actually affects your tone. Okay, in this day and age it seems like getting more range for your guitar and more scale length seems to be the fashion, but I feel like many people are not necessarily understanding the effects of this on your actual guitar tone. You should definitely choose your scale length based on the guitar tuning that you're playing in. If you're tuning low, you actually do need a longer range. If you are in E standard, you do not need longer range for anything else. Like I would say even the Fender length, 25.5 inches, is almost a little bit overkill for E standard. So as you may have seen in some of my videos, I actually have a Hagstrom baritone guitar that has a 28-inch scale. I actually sold it last week, but anyways, I was able to conduct a test with that guitar. So the way this comparison actually works is that I actually tune the guitar down half a step with every step and then capo the next fret. So for example, the first tuning will be regular with no capo, then I tune down the guitar half a step and capo the first, then I tune down another half step and capo the second fret, and yada yada yada. Meaning that we actually get the same tuning on the guitar with a different scale length. So what we actually have is baritone, which is 28 inches here. And then we have sort of almost like a Fender scale length. Then we have sort of like a Gibson scale length. And then we have like a miniature tenor guitar kind of a scale length. Now I'll be using Amped ML800 on the default preset. Once again, that is a good sound for testing these things out because it's a very neutral and natural sound. This is the baritone scale length. Fender scale length. And this was sort of the Gibson scale length. As you can probably tell, it was very difficult for me to keep this guitar in tune when making this test. Anyways, it's good enough for this comparison. And then we have the tenor length. Okay, apologies for the auto-tune guitar, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that it's very clear that the shorter the scale you have for the same tuning, you actually have more low end when the scale is shorter. So I'm not sure if you saw the video that I posted quite recently of my daughter's Squier Mini versus a Silver Sky and a Gibson Les Paul, and the Squier is the fattest sounding one out of those. While it's a single coil guitar, it sounds fatter than a Gibson Les Paul. Now, after reviewing the data and measuring the EQ and everything from this comparison, there are actually a few things that I need to talk about. First of all, the most common scale length is 25.5 inches. Now, comparing that to the Gibson scale length actually gave us a brightness difference of around 4.5 decibels in overall brightness. The peak of that brightness is around 3500 hertz. So that is still quite important frequency for guitar. So that scale length difference, based on the test that I've conducted recently, is actually way bigger than any pickup change. It's bigger than changing your strings. It's actually one of the most crucial things. It's very influential to your guitar sound. So based on what tuning you're actually using and what kind of songs you're actually playing, what kind of style, you need to really choose your scale length accordingly. It may actually be the most important factor in your guitar. Now, when it comes to going ultra long, as far as the scale length goes, yes, you get a brighter sound, but at the same time, it becomes a little bit more difficult to play. For example, think about playing a tight, heavy, chanty thing on a bass guitar. It becomes actually quite difficult to actually keep it tight. Now, if you really start thinking about why a Gibson sounds specifically like a Gibson versus, for example, a Fender, well, just think about it having a shorter scale length, and for that reason having a brightness difference of around 4.5 decibels, just because it's a shorter scale length than a Fender, and then having that bridge pickup pressed right up against that bridge. But the difference in tone really is that in scale length terms, you will actually be losing brightness around 3500 Hz, while putting that bridge pickup closer to the bridge will actually give you more 2000 Hz. So you're not getting the exactly same thing by just compensating with the bridge pickup positioning. Okay, this is super geeky, but I'm really interested in all this stuff, and I hope you guys are too. Please subscribe for more information just like this, and let's understand guitars better in future too. See you later. Bye bye.